Good evening, everybody. It gives me great pleasure to present Josephine Verazade.
Shab Becher and good evening. Noroozetun Piruz. My name is Josephine Merzadeh, and I'm the legislative aide to the Honorable Legislator Birnbaum. To signify the indispensable contributions of our Iranian constituents, last year, for the first time in Nassau County history, Legislator Birnbaum became the first legislator on Long Island to recognize Norooz, the Persian New Year. This evening marks the second annual celebration, bringing light to the culture and irrefutable impact of Iranian Americans. It also marks a recent turning point of the 40th anniversary of the Iranian Revolution, for which freedom-seeking Iranians of all faiths sought refuge in America during their country's political turmoil. In fact, my parents and grandparents arrived as new immigrants at the time, and I'm proud to be a first-generation Iranian American. Today, we regard this period in our community's history as a crossroads now left behind us, with one very important lesson. When one day finishes, a new day begins. The literal translation of Norooz is New Day. It is celebrated on the first day of spring and signifies the importance of both renewal and growth. Like the new year, with every beginning comes a new start, a new opportunity, a new chance. With this new day, we as Iranian Americans seek to pursue what is fundamentally ours, our freedom, our liberty, our inalienable rights. Rights that are safeguarded due to our civic engagement and uncompromising support of public servants like Legislator Birnbaum. Our office understands your unique cultural lens and outlook on what matters most to your community, while proudly serving as a viable bridge of understanding between Iranian and American cultures. امیدوارم سال خوبی، خوشی، با موفقیت، صلح و صفا داشته باشید. I wish upon you a year of happiness, success, peace, and prosperity. And now I have the pleasure of introducing to the Honorable Legislator Birnbaum.
Thank you, Josephine. Well, I've been practicing Noroozetun Mubarak. Thank you. It's a joy and a pleasure to be with all of you to celebrate Norooz, the Persian New Year, for the second time at the Nassau County Legislature. It's so important, especially in this climate, when we hear too often about hatred and divisiveness in our communities, to celebrate together our cultural differences. Norooz coincides with the start of spring, a season of warmer, sunnier days. And tomorrow, March 20th, is the spring equinox. It's wonderful for us to be together at this holiday, symbolizing renewal and growth. I, once again, am renewing my pledge as an elected official to continue to perform my duties to improve the lives of my constituents and all those living in our great county. I work tirelessly to see improvements and see the well-being of all of you. I am looking forward to the opening of our local 6th police precinct, which I think will be happening very soon. I continue to attend many events in the community, and I bring county services to you, such as child car seat safety checks, mammograms, property assessment workshops, to name a few. And I represent you at our legislative meetings held in this chamber, My votes are always taken with your best interest in mind. As for growth, we all move forward and learn from one another. We grow as individuals, and we grow as a community. The Persian community in Nassau County has been growing in numbers and strengths for 40 years. What better time than now to celebrate this great accomplishment? I am proud to be serving as a legislator with an administration that is intent on moving this county forward with good, honest, transparent government. So our program tonight would not have been possible without the help of many community groups, which we will be honoring this evening. The Sephardic Heritage Alliance, Inc., SHI, represented by the president, Rebecca Sassouni. Iranian Mothers Association, IMA, represented by Parvaneh Saraf. United Mashadi Jewish Community of America, the president, Alan Hakim, should be joining us. And the Esther chapter of Hadassah, represented by Parvaneh Saraf. I hope you'll enjoy the program that we have put together to celebrate Norooz. We'll have an inspirational talk about the ceremonial table, moving poetry readings, and a Persian musical ensemble. And we have some very special guests with us tonight who I'd like to acknowledge. Let's see, who has walked in the room so far? Well, you've met Mr. John Powell, the Assistant Superintendent of Business with the Great Neck Public Schools. We have Betty Leong, who is with the Lakeville Estates Civic Association and the Great Neck Chinese Association. And I want to thank PATV, Public Access Television, for covering this event, and we'll be broadcasting it on local TV channels. We're also very honored that our Police Commissioner, Patrick Ryder, is here, as well as our County Executive, Laura Curran. So at this time, I'd like to bring up County Executive Laura Curran to address you. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Legislator Birnbaum, for inviting me to join in this beautiful celebration. So I'm sure you know better than I that this is a tradition that goes back 3,000 years. Think about it. A very, very long time. The world was a different place. The maps look very different, but this tradition has carried on for all of this time. And it's a time of renewal. It's a celebration of spring. It's a time of casting off the old and getting on with the new. It's also a time to get together and have some good food and enjoy some art together. Good excuse for that as well. So, Legislator Birnbaum, thank you for putting this together. Thank all of you for taking time to come and celebrate with us. We're very happy to see you here. And Eid Shoma Mubarak to all. Thank you very much.
And now we'll be hearing from Commissioner of our Police, Patrick Ryder.
So I don't know what Josephine said, but I know she said it well because you all said amen at the end. So it must be good. First of all, Happy New Year to all of you. This, as you heard from Legislator Birnbaum, about this very divisive world that we live in right now, and this is about joy and hope and going forward. My job is to make sure that you're safe. My job is to make sure that you remain safe and that your family feels safe when they go to school, when they go to pray, when they go to shop. Your police department has never been so engaged. I've spent many times up in the Persian Jewish community, up in the Great Neck area. Just last week, we spoke at an opiate session up there to talk about overdoses and abuse of drugs. I've been up there to speak at some synagogues regarding safety and security. I've been up at your community meetings. We're here for you. That's our job. The county exec tasked me with the looking over the entire county of Nassau for the public safety of all of you. And that's what we do day in and day out. It's challenging. It's different. It changes by the minute. 3,000 years, my day changes by the hour. And it does. And the challenges change. Our cops adapt. Our investigators engage real quickly. And we try to stomp on anything that tries to grow quickly in our community. We're there for you. We'll continue to be there for you. And again, I wish you all a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. I know it's a great tradition in Persian culture to recite poetry, and we've had so many people who wanted to read poems. So we're going to invite up at this time Parvaneh Saraf, founder and chair of the Iranian Mothers Association, to read the poem.
The poem that I'm going to recite it for you. This poem written by one of our great living poet, Mr. Ali Dolatshahi, described the New Year as a time of joy and renewal, but it also tells us how it has been stained, am I right? Yeah. It has been stained by years of assault on our culture and our value. We should be mindful of attacks, but hopeful too, that this is a year, hopefully, we'll see the departure of those who are trying to erase who we are and what we stand for. این شعر همونطوری که گفتم خدمتتون از استاد و هنرمند گرامی جامعه ما استاد علی دولتشاهیه که محبت کردن برای نوروز برای من فرستادن. برای همین تقدیم شما عزیزان میکنم. عید است و نوبهار، بهار و ماه فروردین عیان شد که جشن ملی ایرانیان شد. به روز عید و آیینش درودی که این آیین ملی جاودان شد. به لطف ایزد یکتا و مهرش گل و عشق و صفا بس رایگان شد. تو ایران مهرت از دل بر ندارم که مهر تو به قلب ما نشان شد. مرا آوارگی از مهد زردشت غمی نوران و دردی بیکران شد. سخن از جلوه زردشت گفتم، همه دلها به یاد او جوان شد. ز حرف و گفته و پندار نیکش بشر با همگنانش مهربان شد. ز پند و حکمت گفتار نیکش مکان عاشقان در لامکان شد. ز نیکوواژه کردار نیکش دل بیتاب پرتاب و توان شد. عرب تا حمله به میراث ما برد وطن قربانی خودکامگان شد. بهشت افتاده در دامان جاهل، بهشت افتاده در دامان جاهل، جهنم روزگار عاقلان شد. کجایی کاوه دوران به پا خیز، کجایی کاوه دوران به پا خیز، وطن پامال ضحکاه زمان شد. خدایا خدایا عمر ببخشا تا ببینیم که ایزد چیره بر اهریمنان شد. بگو دولت که ایران جاودان است اگر چندی اسیر دشمنان شد. عیدتون مبارک.
Before we go on with the next poet reciting, I would like to switch over to the items at the ceremonial table. So let's have Rebecca Sassouni, please, who is the president of Sephardic Heritage Alliance, SHI, tell us what the symbols on the beautiful table behind me stand for. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much to Legislator Birnbaum for creating this opportunity for our community to come here to this important place where you serve all of us so ably, and that you thought of us and have made this opportunity for the Persian community to congregate in this legislative building, which does so much good work all year round. We really appreciate it. I'm a little humbled to speak before you. I am currently the president of SHI, Sephardic Heritage Alliance Incorporated. We've been in existence for 27 years, and I am the first of the presidents who's never set foot in Iran. And I think that that's actually significant insofar as everything I'm about to tell you about Sofrei Hafsin is something that I chose to learn as an adult. Growing up in a Jewish household as a first-generation American, this Hafsin was not something I grew up with. It was something that I actually came to embrace and now have in my own home, a version of this, and I'm happy to tell you what it represents. So in a traditional Persian home, this is a secular act to set one of these tables. It is not associated with any religion. It's part of the secular Persian culture that has been referenced. The original origins of the Hafsin are actually from Zoroastrian times, where the sun was the deity that was worshipped. And so the items that you have before you that I'm going to tell you about, the Hafsin, Haft is the number 7, Sin is the letter, equivalent to like the letter S in English, and each of the items identified in a Hafsin are really about the aspirations of that family, the aspirations at the time of the new year, the hopes of the family for what should come and befall them in the coming year. So as was referenced, Norooz is the new day, and the Hafsin are the, I guess you might say, the aspirations, the intentions, the prayers of the family. And so you have before you sib, apples, which are for health. You have sonbol, the hyacinth flower, which of course blossoms and brings with it the very sweet smell that we associate with spring. You have sabzeh, these green sprouts, which have the invocation of the growth and the rebirth of spring. Over here we have senjed, which are the jujubes, or the Chinese date, as they're known, and they are for love. This over here is samanu, which is a wheat germ, which is for strength. We have over here serke, which is vinegar, and vinegar is associated with aging and acquiring wisdom. Here we have seer, which is ginger. Sorry, I meant to say garlic, which is to ward off evil. And in addition to those sounds that I've identified, there are other symbolic items that are generally placed on a Hafsin table. So any given family might have on their table a book of whether it's the Quran or a Siddur or other type of a religious book, or other families still might have books of poetry, like Mrs. Saraf just read, although hers was from a modern poet. So you might have Rumi or Hafez poetry on the Hafsin table. In addition, a Hafsin table will have candles, sham, and those are for light. As I said, it's a Zoroastrian tradition, and to have light in darkness. In addition, a traditional Hafsin table will have on it mirror, and the mirror is for reflection, because when we are setting these intentions for the new year and setting our aspirations, the idea is to be reflective into one's own self and one's own life. And the last items that I have not yet identified, the goldfish, which there's a tradition that says that at the precise moment of the spring equinox, that the fish is going to look into the mirror, see its future, and that's like the most auspicious time, that exact moment of the spring equinox. And lastly on the table are tochme mor, or eggs, and those are of course for posterity and fertility. And that's really what these symbolize, but when you put it all together, it's the aspiration that we should all have a healthy and a blessed year, and I hope that that's the case for everyone in the room. And on behalf of SHI, I want to thank the legislator again. Thank you so much.
I have one question.
I also want to thank Anya Nassimi from the United Mashadi Jewish Community of America for providing all the items on the Hafsim. Okay, I want to make my pronunciation right, Hafsim. So, and I know Josephine also did the beautiful artwork, which is framed behind it. So thank you, Josephine. We have another distinguished guest amongst us, and I'd like to introduce her. This is Nassau County District Attorney, Madeline Singas.
Thank you, Ellen, for inviting me, and hello to everyone. Good evening. Happy New Year. It's such a pleasure for me to be here at this time, and I understand this is a time of reflection and a time of growth and a time of rebirth and a time to really try to make sense of this world that we live in. And I'm sure that everyone is concerned with what's going on around the world, and I am as well, as the district attorney and as the mother of two 17-year-old twins who just got their licenses, so be careful on the roadways. But anyway, thank you so much for allowing me to share in this, and I wish you all a peaceful and happy New Year. Thank you.
We're going to continue with the program, and I'd like to invite up Benaz Dalmanian, Editor-in-Chief of Payam magazine, to recite a poem.
Happy New Year, everyone. یک شعری امشب دارم برای شما از بدری ترویج. خیلی ها اینجا میشناسن بدری ترویج رو. یک 2-3 سال دیگه با ما نیست، ولی خاطرش همیشه با ماست. یک بهاری است از بدری ترویج که تقدیمتون میکنم قصیده ای از ترویج. بار دگر عید و بهاران رسید، موسم گلگشت گلستان رسید. باز جهان زندگی آغاز کرد، ساز طرب زمزمه ها ساز کرد. بار گل آورد درخت کهن، چتر برافراشت به طرف چمن. غنچه به لبخند لب از هم گشود، رود همه نغمه و ساز و سرود. لاله که در سینه نهان داشت داغ، شعله زد افروخت به گلشن چراغ. دشت پر از جوش بهاران شده، ابر هم آبستن باران شده. چشم بد از ساحت گلزار دور، دست نسیم است به غربال نور. موج نگر، ساحل دریا ببین، این همه زیبایی دنیا ببین. نکهت گل عطر خوش خاک را، گستره انجم و افلاک را. وحچه زمین مست و هوا مست شد، رقص کنان باد صبا مست شد. دید چو بر چهره گل ژاله ها، باده زد از ساغر آلاله ها. دشت سیه مست ز گل باج خواست، وز لب او بوسه به تاراج خواست. راه سمن بر در گلخانه زد، موی بنفشه به هوس شانه زد. خیز دلا کم دگر اندیشه کن، سرخوشی باد صبا پیشه کن. چند توان سوختن و ساختن، بیهوده هر لحظه خود باختن. شام و سحر از چه با غم سر کنیم، شکوه ز مهر و مه و اختر کنیم. خنده زنان از کف غم جام گیر، داد ز بیدادی ایام گیر. مست که گفتم نه که گمراه باش، باده بزن مست دلاگاه باش. سرو که پا برده به ژرفای خاک، سر زده بر اوج علی رغم تاک. راه فلک جز ره بیداد نیست، هیچ دل از گردش او شاد نیست. ساغرت ار چند پر از خون شود، چرخ مپندار دگرگون شود. تا مژه بر هم زنی ای نازنین، جان شده تسلیم به جان آفرین. ما که ندانیم در این ره گذر، باز ببینیم بهاری دگر. این همه چون نیست دو روز جهان، قدر همین یک دو دم دل بدان. And for those who don't understand Farsi, this is a description of a spring, the flower, the clouds, the beauty of a spring, and everything new that is coming. And towards the end, the poem says, while we are not being aware of our destiny, and we don't know whether we're seeing another spring, since the human life are limited, therefore we should appreciate all days of our lives. Thank you.
Our next poet recital will be by Soraya Saleh, who I happen to know from my community, and she told me last year, I'm a published poet. Next year, please invite me, and I did, so please come up.
شادمانم که به دیدار شما آمدم. شادمانم که به دیدار شما آمدم. با دلی پاک و پر از عشق و وفا آمدم. عید فرخنده نوروز و بهار است که من تهنیت گوی ز جان سوی شما آمدم. بهر بهروزی و توفیق و سرافرازیتان بر درگه به دو تا دست دعا آمدم. قلبم آکنده ز مهر است و ارادت به شما، دست پر با غزل از روی صفا آمدم. تا ثریا به جهان صلح و صفا آزادی، از برای طلبم رو به خدا آمدم. شب همه عزیزان به خیر و شادی. نوروزتون پیروز و هر روزتون نوروز. بسیار سپاسگزارم از لژیسلیتر الن ویرمام به خاطر دعوتی که از بنده به عمل آوردن و این افتخار نصیبم شد که امشب در خدمت شما عزیزان باشم. تشکر میکنم از جوزفین عزیز که بسیار زحمت کشید و در حقیقت بانی این برنامه بود. من غزلم را تحت عنوان بهار دلها تقدیم شما عزیزان میکنم و همه هموطنانم در همه نقاط دنیا، به ویژه میهن عزیزم ایران. مژده ای دوست که نوروز و بهار آمده است، وه چه زیباست شکوفه که به بار آمده است. کنج عزلت منشین، شاد و غزلخوان برخیز، فرصت عیش و طرب دیدن یار آمده است. وقت تهنیت و تبریک و خوش آمدگویی است، نوبت آشتی و هلهله و خوشخویی است. قلب را خانه تکانی کن و پر کن از عشق. قلب را خانه تکانی کن و پر کن از عشق، چون بهار خوش عاشق شدن و دلجویی است. کاش دلها ز سرور و شور آکنده بود، عطر خوشبوی صفا فاش پراکنده بود. همگان از ته دل عشق بورزند به هم، مهر و الفت به سرای همه تابنده بود. سفره ها پر ز طعام و همه رنگین باشد، طعم آرامش جان باشد و شیرین باشد. بنشینند همه با دل خوش بر گردش، نه کسی بر سر آن با دل خونین باشد. سخن از یاری و از عشق بگویند همه، راه اخلاص و وفا نیک بپویند همه. هیچ کس با دگری ظلم و عداوت نکند، بهر خود از همه جا دوست بجویند همه. به جهان صلح نهادینه و گسترده شود، شاد و آزاد ز هر بند و بلا بنده شود. غم و محنت ز درون دل هر کس برود، صاحب یک دل شاد و لب پرخنده شود. تا ثریا طلبم بهر عزیزان شادی، بهر هر هموطنم سرخوشی و آزادی. سرفرازی و سعادت به خیال آرامش، از برای وطنم امنیت و آبادی. سپاسگزارم. I would like to thank legislator Ellen Birman for inviting me to this ceremony. I am proud to be here today. I was asked to translate my poetry to English. I tried my best, but I'm not sure if it would convey the exact same meaning. I have only translated a brief section of my poetry. I am delighted to be meeting you. I have come with a pure heart, full of love and loyalty. On this auspicious holiday of Norooz, I have come to extend my sincere congratulations to you. I wish the Almighty brings peace, love, and freedom to the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to invite another dignitary who has joined us tonight, Nassau County Comptroller Jack Schneerman, to please come up and say a few words.
Good evening, everybody. Happy Norooz to everybody. I'd like to first congratulate Legislator Birnbaum for putting this terrific event together, and to everyone who was part of it, and to thank you to our county executive as well. It's such an important and joyous time of year, and I just want to thank everyone for being part of it, and say a special congratulations to the Sephardic Heritage Alliance, the Iranian Mothers Association, United Mashadi Jewish Community of America, and the Esther Iranian chapter of Hadassah in Nassau, and congratulate everybody on their recognition today. And I would like to make just one point. As your Nassau County Comptroller, one of the things that we have done recently is put out an analysis of who we are as Nassau County. It's called This is Nassau. And I know that I'm not telling anything to anyone in this room that they don't already know, but you should know that we understand and value that the county has become so much more diverse, and that the population is increasing, and as evidenced by who we see this evening. And it is so important, and I know Legislator Birnbaum agrees with me when we say one of the things that we talk about in our office is that it's so important for us to modernize the way we do business in Nassau County. We always joke that the county does business the same way that it did 50 years ago, and we're changing that. But just as importantly, we want to make sure that the county doesn't do business imagining that it had the same population that it had 50 years ago. We want to make sure that we are taking care of everyone who we have here in Nassau today and tomorrow, and that we value that. And so for that, I say congratulations, everybody. We look forward to celebrating and to working with everybody for years to come.
Okay, before we begin the musical program, we have another guest who would like to share with us some poetry that is, well, he'll describe it better than I can. So at this time, I'd like to invite up Hushang Simon Zarek.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate it. These are pictures of Omar Khayyam's poetry. They were printed for the honoring of Queen Farah Pahlavi at Hofstra University. In honor of Mrs. Birnbaum, some of you are going to get one of these before you leave. سرمست به میخانه گذر کردم دوش، پیری دیدم مست و سبویی بر دوش. گفتم ز خدا شرم نداری ای پیر، گفتا کرم از خداست می نوش و خموش. هپی نیو ایر، سال نو به همه مبارک باشه. امید دیدم.
And now, I think we're in for a special treat. We have a special musical performance which will involve 4 individuals. And if you look in your programs, you can see biographies of each of them. But I'd like to invite up Ghazal Mizrahi, Sherry Sharifian, Dr. Abraham Dilmanian, and Oswaldo Machado. And they will be an ensemble playing 5 different pieces, and maybe you'll even know them.
Hi everyone, we're so honored to be here and performing for you all tonight. The first song we're going to be performing is called Mara Bebus, which translates to Kiss Me in Persian. The song is very old, written many years ago, so the true meaning of who or why it was written is unknown, but it is believed that it's either written for a father writing to his daughter as he's going away. We don't know where he's going, but he's saying, kiss me one last time, or it's either written to his daughter or for a lover. So we hope you enjoy.
در پیش تو میمانم تا لب بگذاری بر لب من دختر زیبا از برگ نگاه تو اشک بیگناه تو روشن سازد شب من مرا ببوس مرا ببوس برای آخرین بار تو را خدا نگهدار که میروم به سوی سرنوشت بهار ما گذشته گذشته ها گذشته منم جسته جوی سرنوشت از کفم رها شد منوچه نیست دست من اختیار دل به هر کجا رفت و بر نگشت دیده شد سپید ز انتظار دل ز انتظار دل ز انتظار دل از کفم رها شد قرار دل نیست دست من اختیار دل اختیار دل دل به هر کجا رفت و بر نگشت دیده شد سپید ز انتظار دل ز انتظار دل ز انتظار دل من پریشم بلای جان خویشم بود عشق تو کیشم به جان بازی من از پروانه پیشم بده همه خوشی زنداز بیشم من پریشم بلای جان خویشم بود عشق تو کیشم به جان بازی من از پروانه پیشم بده همه خوشی زنداز بیشم.
So the next song is called Ghoghay Sitaregan, and the music for the song is written by Homayun Khorram, and the poem is written by Karim Fakour. This is a very happy song, and it's about being so passionate that your dreams become reality, and the lyrics are saying, I want to go up to the sky, and I want to dance with the stars and the moon.
امشب در سر شوری دارم امشب در دل نوری دارم باز امشب در آج آسمانم راضی باشد با ستارگانم
امشب یک سر شورم از این عالم گویی دورم با ما پروین سخنی گویم و از روی مه خود اثری جویم جان یابم زین شبها جان یابم زین شبها موزونی را به تر بارم و از خود بی خبرم ز شب دارم نغمه بر لبها نغمه بر لبها از شادی پرگیرم گرسم به فلک سرود هستی خوانم در بر هور و ملک در آسمون ها حقاق بکنم سبو بریزم ساغر شکنم امشب در سر شوری دارم امشب در دل نوری دارم باز امشب در آج آسمانم بازی باشد با ستارگانم با ما پروین سخنی گویم و از روی ماه خود اثری جویم جان یابم زین شبها جان یابم زین شبها موزونی را به تن بارم و از خود بی خبرم ز شب دارم نغمه بر لبها نغمه بر لبها امشب یک سر شوق و شورم از این عالم گویی دورم امشب یک سر شوق و شورم از این عالم گویی دورم. The next song we will be performing is John and Mariam. The poem for this song is written by anonymous, actually. It's so old that we don't know who wrote it. And the music is set by Kamiz Mojadi. The song is about someone singing to his lover, Mariam, who has passed away. And he's reminiscing on all their memories. He's saying, I wish that I could dream of you so I could see you even in my dreams. I miss you so much. He's saying he feels so much pain. He doesn't know what to do with this pain. گل سرخ و سپیدم کی میایی وای بنفشه برگ بیدم کی میایی تو گفتی گل در آید من میایم
جان مریم جان مریم جان مریم
جان مریم چشماتو واکن منو نگاه کن شادم و سپید در اومد خورشید وقتمون رسید که بریم به صحرا آی نازنین مریم
جان مریم سری بالا کن منو صدا کن بریم از خونه شونه به شونه بشیم روونه به یاد آن روزها وای نازنین مریم
باز دوباره صبح شد من هنوز بیدارم ای کاش میخوابیدم تو رو خواب میدیدم خوشه غم توی دلم زد جوونه دونه بدونه دل نمیدونه چه کنه با این غم وای نازنین مریم
بیا رسید وقت درو مال منی از پیشم مرو بیا سر کارمون بریم درو کنیم گندما رو
بیا رسید وقت درام مال منی از پیشم نرو بیا سر کارمون بریم بیا بیا نازنین مریم وای نازنین مریم خوشه غم توی دلم زد جوونه دونه بدونه دل نمیدونه چه کنه با این غم وای نازنین مریم
بیا رسید وقت درو مال منی از پیشم مرو بیا سر کارمون بریم درو کنیم گندما رو
بیا رسید وقت درام مال منی از پیشم نرو بیا سر کارمون بریم بیا بیا نازنین مریم وای نازنین مریم نازنین مریم وای نازنین So the final song we will be performing is Shekufe. It's a song about spring is coming and the flowers are blooming. The poem of this song is written by Parviz Vakili and the music is set by Kambiz Khoram. شکوفه میرخصد از باد بهاری شده سر تا سر دشت سبز و گلناری شکوفه های بیقرار روز آفتابی با سوابوس دهن با لب سرخابی ای شکوفه خنده تو جلوه ها دارد آروی زیبا نظری سوی ما دارد
ای شکوفه خنده تو جلوه ها دارد آروی زیبا نظری سوی ما دارد دل داده بلبل دارد سخنها آراید از ساز و سخن بزم چمنها پروانه در بزم طرب آمده صحرا باد بهاری با بیقراری شکوفه پرپر کند و لال پریشان به هر طرف دست صبا گشت گل افشان شکوفه میرقصد از باد بهاری شده سر تا سر دشت سبز و گلناری عطر جان پرپر گل میبرد او شب نغمه مرغ سحر کرده خاموشم ای شکوفه خنده تو جلوه ها دارد آروی زیبا نظری سوی ما دارد ای شکوفه خنده تو جلوه ها دارد آروی زیبا نظری سوی ما دارد لای 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 لای
Thank you so much. Eid Norooz Mubarak.
It's a moonlight tonight.
امشب ببری بر من از مایه ناز یارب تو کلی به صبح و در شاه انداز ای روشنی صبح و به مشرق برگرد ای ظلمت شب با من غمگینه بساز امشب شب مهتابه حبیبم رو میخوام حبیبم اگر خوابه طبیبم رو میخوام امشب شب مهتابه حبیبم رو میخوام حبیبم اگر خوابه طبیبم رو میخوام خواب از تو بیدارش کنی مست از تو هوشیارش کنی گویی فلونی اومده اون یار جونی اومده حال تو احوال تو سپید روی تو سیاه موی تو ببیند دل رفت امشب شب مهتابه حبیبم رو میخوام حبیبم اگر خوابه طبیبم رو میخوام کی باشد و کی باشد و کی باشد و کی می باشد و می باشد و می باشد و می بوسم لب می هر دم و بوسد لب می من مست زوی گردم و مست زوی من شب شب مهتابه حبیبم رو میخوام حبیبم اگر خوابه طبیبم رو میخوام امشب شب مهتابه حبیبم رو میخوام حبیبم اگر خوابه طبیبم رو میخوام ماه غلام رخ زیبای توست ماه غلام رخ زیبای توست سر کمر بسته بالای توست ای حبیب مکرر لب و دندان توست ای حبیب ای حبیبم چین سر زلف چلیپای توست ای عزیزم چین سر زلف چلیپای تو ای عزیزم امشب شب مهتاب حبیبم رو میخوام حبیبم اگر خواب حبیبم رو میخوام امشب شب مهتاب حبیبم رو میخوام حبیبم اگر خواب حبیبم رو میخوام
Thank you so much for that beautiful performance. And the way we honor people at the Nassau County Legislature is by presenting them with citations. So this one is for Sherry Sharifian.
Thank you.
You're a Great Neck resident, right? And you've been singing in various arenas, and you have a passion for music, and you have a great ear and musical ability, and you sing with your granddaughter. And on behalf of the Nassau County Legislature, I'd love to present you with this. And then the next one is for the great musician here, and you're playing a centaur. First time I ever heard it, honestly. So I want to present Dr. Abraham Jalmanian with this wonderful certificate. He's been playing centaur since he was 11 years old, right? And he's actually a professor at SUNY Stony Brook. Okay, and then I want to call up our wonderful younger vocalist, Ghazal Mizrahi. Ghazal sings contemporary and jazz songs, and she's appeared with the Delphi University's Best of Broadway and Jazz Band as a soloist. And she sings on stages such as the Amityville Music Hall, and she's been recording at a studio in Brooklyn. So it's really my honor to present her with this certificate.
Right here.
And last but not least, we have Oswaldo Machado, who actually has been, he's a conductor, composer, and pianist, mostly in the United States, but he's traveled around the world, and he's played and actually conducted recently with the National Presidential Orchestra of the Ukraine. So we're really happy that you're able to be here with us. After we adjourn here, we're going to have refreshments, so you'll have to walk around to the back room. And on behalf of SHI, they were our sponsor for the refreshments that we'll be having. And I'd like to present this certificate to Sephardic Heritage Alliance SHI, to Rebecca Sassouni, the president. She did the beautiful explanation of the ceremonial change. Michael Delafraz is also on the board of SHI, former president.
Just take a couple steps over this
Okay, and Sharuz Shahiri from the SHI organization.
Everybody just take a couple steps over this one.
A few others that I'd like to present. The Iranian Mothers Association, IMA. So accepting on their behalf, who's accepting? Our poet reader, Parvaneh Sarat, the founder and chair of the IMA group. Anybody else you want to invite? Barry? Oh, she won't. Okay. We also want to acknowledge the United Mashadi Jewish Community of America for sponsoring this with us. Anya Nassimi. Okay, and last but not least, we have the Esther Iranian chapter of Hadassah Nassau. Yes. Okay, great. Yes. Okay, so. And that concludes our program. So I want to thank you all for coming and enjoy some great refreshments. Thank you. Hope to see you all next year on our third celebration.